Hello and welcome to the Your Body, Your Temple podcast. Today we have a very interesting topic. Specifically, we will be discussing about body image and how it affects our mental health and how we see ourselves. Yes?
Yes,
Excellent.
I agree with you.
Yes. So, people with body image issues. It's a complicated topic. A lot of people, mostly everyone, has this issue. We see ourselves differently. People suffer from eating disorders, from body dysmorphia, and which can lead to depression. It can lead to isolation. Pretty much everything. Obsession with weight loss. We have some statistics with regards to that. We have our famous researcher, Emilia, all the way from North Macedonia. Emilia, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your invitation. I really like to be in your show. And also I would like to share some statistics and facts about some researches that we have done recently. Because this is really famous and important topic and also very sensitive among all people in general. So these are some facts that we have found, like who does it affect? It says 1 in 8 adults have experienced suicidal thoughts or feelings because of their body image. 60% of the adults have felt negative emotions about their body. 1 in 5 adults, or maybe 22% and 40% of teenagers, said that social media caused them to worry about their body image. And one study reports that at the age of 13, like young girls, about 53%, they're unhappy with their bodies. And this grows up to 78% until the time they reach 17. And if they are asked this question, are you happy with your body? 43% of the girls answer yes, and only 37% of the adults say yes. So there are 7 factors who can affect on our body image and our emotions also, because this is really connected. Our mental health and our body image are, this is a strong correlation among these two topics. So one of the factors is the culture. Because some cultures, for example, Western cultures, they have definite preferences to thinner physiques, and some other, for example, cultures, they want their people to have like more curvier bodies or some more chubbier or something like that. Self-esteem can also be very important. Because if you have a strong self-esteem, it is healthy. It can be it can prevent you against your negative feelings. And also family values are very important in this topic, because parents who have constantly were constantly dieting, maybe they can show messages to their children, or maybe people who are fat phobic, also their children tend to be also fat phobic in their growth. Puberty is also one of the most important factors, because they can trigger many negative body images, because some peers can, for example, develop quicker than others. Some are thinner, some are chubbier, some are higher, taller, some are shorter, etc. So they can attract some attention. And also physical activities. For example, some people can compare themselves to others. For example, if you do ballet dances, or if you go to fitness classes, you can compare your body to the others. And also the last but not least is acceptance or rejection in relation to your body. For example, if you are endlessly praised about your body and everyone says that you are very beautiful, you feel pressure to always be like that, to remain like that your whole life. And also if you have been constantly criticized or rejected, this can be very harmful and make some really long-standing emotional issues. So these are some of our results. Thank you.
That is very interesting. Thank you. Very interesting data indeed. We want to see a bit what body image means. The definition is what do you think, everyone? Like, what is body image to you?
It's
In a couple of words.
how do you feel and the people, how the people looks at you. Yeah.
That's almost right. Yes, it's a combination of how we feel and how we think about our body and about others. Now, you want to take the microphone?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Nicholas. So thank you, Emilia, for your input. It's a very interesting topic. As we all heard, the mental health and the body image, these are two topics that are connected. And diving into this topic, we have two amazing guests today, Ursula from Poland and Celeste from Spain. Thank you for coming into this podcast. So, how are you feeling first?
I'm so good. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so the first question is, how has your body image, how does your body image affect your mental health? Do you feel like it has an effect for you?
Oh, of course, yes. Your body image is important because your mental health can be broke if you don't feel good, or if others says to you bad things or good things, like Emilia says at the end. It's so important for you and for the others. So,
Oh, thank you so much, Celeste. Going to Ursula, answering to the same question. How does your body image affect your mental health through the years, and vice versa, if it can be answered?
First of all, thank you for changing the name of during our podcast, that we don't speak about positive or negative body image. Instead of this, we said healthy and not healthy. I like it more than this previous one, because I really think that it's a kind of integrity. We couldn't separate body from our soul or from our, brain. So everything what we think about us, everything has a great impact on our health. It means that we can feel better because of thinking better about ourselves. And for me, it's a great correlation, and it's simply good to know it and good to pay attention on it in our mind, and also to be really careful on our body. It means that when we feel uncomfortable, start to think what's going on, because this is the sign. Yes.
I have a follow-up question for you. Who do you think is responsible for this? Who is the most responsible? Is it a person? Is it a group of people that can affect us, how we see us, and by extent affecting our mental health? Who do you think is to blame?
Maybe not to blame exactly, but to be aware that there is. We have so many reasons, as Emily said before. Of course, we have a cultural context, we can say, and we look at ourselves through this cultural context. Which means, for example, now we live in a very visual time. It means that the most important communication between persons we have through some visual channels. It means video, social media, and so on. And I think that it is really important to know, and also to be aware that it is not the reality. It is some kind of imagine of some kind of creation in social media. So, as you ask, if you ask me about the reasons, I think that this. Also, I noticed that, for example, especially for very young people, unfortunately, it is a family.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, it is some kind of, I can use this word. It's a
soft violence. It means, oh no, you are not so fat. No, it's okay, but you don't take this next cake. I call it soft violence. It's really, really bad. It is really dangerous because it comes from your family, from somebody which, and you are in the relation. Of course, you have also our group, our friends, especially when you are young. Your group and your friends, the class, in school. This is your point of, to learn about yourself. It means that when somebody say, "Oh, you are ugly," I start to think, "Oh my God, am I ugly?" Okay. And I think that those three the most important.
Thank you for your input.
Thank you, Ursula. Usually we have to be careful about the family and friends, what they say to us, and we need to be careful how these things affect us. But this saying that usually your biggest enemy is actually yourself. And the way you see your body usually is not the same through the years. For me, it was so different how I saw my body when I was a teenager. I felt so much pressure from the society, from friends, family, like you said, and I tried to put a mask or try to change myself for the others. I saw a big progress in life when I grew up and I saw that these things are not exactly like that. But I wanted to ask you all, how did your body image change over the years?
I think that your mind is your enemy, only your mind, because we grow up, we change. That's the point of the life. I think it's natural, it's important to grow up and change. Like me, 1 year ago, I look amazing, but I didn't know it. So what's the point? Now I'm more fat than the other year, and I look now better than the other years because my mind is more strong than others. I don't know how to say it, but
Powerful?
yes, it is. So I think your mind is your enemy, and if your mind goes strong, it's the point of life.
Yeah. Thank you. And I see we have a person from the audience that wants to add something.
Hello, I am Vaida. I can speak Germany. Bitte? Weil die Zeit unserer Körper verändert,
Because time changes our bodies,
müssen wir auch unsere Einstellung gegenüber ändern.
that's why we also have to change our attitude towards our bodies.
Die Kleidung sollte altergerecht und nicht zu grell sein.
Clothes should be age appropriate and not neon or too vibrant.
Aber wenn ältere Menschen ihren eigenen Stil haben
However, if older people have their own personal style
und diesem Stil treu bleiben wollen,
and they want to stay loyal to the style,
dann bitte kein Problem.
then please, no obstacles, and it would be great.
I love it. Can I say something? I love it because I think that it's really important to say that usually we talk about this body shaming about young persons. And thank you, Vaida, for sharing with us because it's a huge problem that it could be in every age. It's not about only young persons. It's about everybody of us to take care about us, not to be too cruel for ourselves, not to treat ourselves so bad, because I think that everybody would stay forever young, but it is not possible. So everybody is changing, our body also.
Thank you, Vaida, so much. Thank you, Ursula, also for the input. I have a good question for you guys, because we talked about the body image, but the question is, how can we improve our perception of our body image? Like, do you have any tips? Because in my case, I used the concept "fake it till you make it." I used to see myself as fat and ugly, and I wasn't fat and ugly. But I was looking into the mirror and I said, "Look, you look amazing today. Look, you're a smart, beautiful, amazing woman." And I didn't really believe it at first. But someday I started to believe it, and now I believe that I am a really beautiful and smart woman. So, do you guys have any tips or any experiences about it?
As I mentioned before, one of the 7 factors is also self-esteem. So we have to do some things to boost our self-esteem, because this is a good prevention not to develop a negative body image about ourselves. So one of the tips would be also to talk to yourself every day in front of the mirror, to say some beautiful words to yourself, maybe to engage in some sports activities, maybe to pick up some hobbies, find something that you are good at and that makes you feel good about yourself. And also hang out with people who share your stories, who talk about the same things, who have the same struggles, etc. So you can be a support to each other. Thank you.
For me, it's usually my sense of humor, and not to forget to keep the distance to ourselves, because believe me, it's totally useful in our life. But to be serious, I think that the most important thing it's to stop. It means that we live so fast that sometimes we even don't know that we feel bad. So first to stop and ask ourselves, what's going on? Am I comfortable inside? Maybe not. And decide what to do with this. And on the other side, we have also for me, it's a great support, our friends, or maybe sometimes I don't know, the doctor, the therapist. Not to be afraid to ask for this kind of help. Sometimes it's the last chance, believe me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I add something, Nicolas?
Of course.
I remember some tips about the way we can improve our mental health and the way we perceive ourselves. I did some things that helped me a lot. I used to hug myself before I go to sleep, and I used to tell my body that I love it. I touch my hand, I say I love your hand. I touch my leg, I say I love your leg. It's important to be grateful for our body, because it does a lot for us. We can see, we can move. The movement is amazing. We can walk, we can run. And we need to be grateful for our things, and we need to say, I love you. And trust me, it changes a lot. Nicolas?
That's very nice of you. I really like it. I also have a kind of a personal experience to share. Most of the time, I try to keep myself to a higher standard than the ones around me. Like I always say, I expect 5 out of 10 from others, but 10 out of 10 from me, because that's just how I am. And I really struggle with this, because it also reflects on me towards my body image. Like I will see someone and say, with exactly the same body type as me, and I will say, that's an absolutely okay body type. But when I see myself in the mirror, I will say, I don't like this. You're fat, you have love handles, your back is whatever. And it has been a very interesting topic for me, because in this Erasmus project, I have found a lot about others and mostly about myself. And I want to, if anyone else doesn't want to add something, I want to end the podcast on this note that Ursula said: stop, reflect, and improve. It's the only way to move forward. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the audience.
Thank you, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good night.